What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4. This one is the XSE all-wheel drive, the standard hybrid engine, finished off in the Windchill Pearl. Now the MSRP on this car is $42,600. When you add in a couple port install options as well as shipping, this one's sitting here at $46,300. Big shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing the all-new Rav4 for today's video. Check out the website linked down below. We've taken a look at these as pre-production cars with Toyota at their headquarters. First time checking out a production model. Let's get right into the all-new Rav4, the USA's best-selling SUV. Underneath the hood of the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4, you're gonna find the 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. It does have a basic hybrid powertrain as well. Overall net horsepower for the all-wheel drive model, we're looking at 236 horsepower. The engine makes 163 pound-feet of torque. You're also going to find a 14.5 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 43 miles per gallon in the city with 37 out on the highway. And then overall curb weight is a little over 3,800 pounds for the all-wheel drive model, and max towing capacity is 3,500 pounds. The overall length is 181 inches with wheelbase at 105.9. Width is 73 and height is 66.5 inches. Approach angle is also 19 degrees, ground clearance is 8.1 inches, and departure angle is 20 degrees. And now onto the styling with the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4. As you can tell, it is really nice and up to date. I honestly think this looks fantastic with just the sharp, bold appearance. On the XSE, you have this really cool body-colored grille with that cool looking mesh design. You're gonna see LED headlights with these nice running lights up above. You can also see the headlight beam right in the center, and then we also have a nice running light down below. There's gloss black trim throughout the entire front bumper, front parking sensors. You have a forward-facing camera, some gloss black trim with a blacked out Toyota badge. I like that hammerhead shape in the upper grille, and then a pretty aggressive looking lower splitter with a nice lower grille. So I think Toyota honestly knocked this out of the park in styling. It just looks super up to date, really cool style for a nice midsize SUV. You're gonna use some sharp body lines throughout the hood with a nice design leading to the windshield. And then there's gonna be sharp lines throughout these front fender arches with more of a rectangular shape rather than just being rounded. You have the gloss black fender flares and then a nice set of 20-inch wheels with a multi-spoke look. You also have more clean lines cutting through the door panel. I especially like how that rear fender looks with the sloping line all the way down into the lower doors. We have more gloss black trim in the lower portion, body color door handles, and then all black trim throughout the windows, as well as a two-tone design with that black roof. Got the gloss black mirror caps, integrated turn signal and camera. And then on the roof, we're gonna have a nice small sunroof with black roof rails and a shark fin antenna. For the side profile, once again, really nice sharp design. Two-tone style looks fantastic, especially in the white color. We have some of the body colored cutting up towards the roof in the back, and then an integrated rear spoiler. Got your third brake light, all gloss black trim, and I like how those taillights cut into the bodywork. Got a sharp design throughout that rear fender arch, and it really comes together to be a bold looking small crossover. You got more gloss black trim throughout the bottom, as well as some gray in the rear bumper. I like how there's no cheap plastic on this trim level, so it looks really finished. You have a cool design with the Rav4 written now, all black throughout the center, and the taillights are all integrated throughout that center. Blacked out badging as well, and then a nice boxy rear end with more sharp angles all throughout it. For the key fob, we have the Rav4 name on the back, and then all your typical buttons as expected. I can go ahead and just lock the car, and all you have to do is go up to it, grab the handle, unlocks, and we can check out this interior. So XSE is gonna have a very sporty style with the soft text. You also have a micro suede material and then some blue accents. Now for the door panel, we have this really nice softer touch material up above, a nice padded design throughout the center as well as the armrest. Got your grab handle, memory seating, and then all of your controls down below for lock and unlock windows. And then we have a large grab handle, which is also a storage bin. You're gonna see storage down below that as well, and then power controls up front. We have all of them, the smooth Softex, contrast blue stitching, and I love the perforated micro suede style seats. Really nice, making our way up the backrest with more of the blue, smooth on the headrest, and then a sporty looking 3-spoke steering wheel with all dark trim and black leather. And then now inside the 2026 Toyota Rav4, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Now this one's gonna get comfort access, so the seat automatically slid forward, And being a hybrid, the engine doesn't necessarily turn on. So with all that, we got that Toyota badge right in the center. We have controls on the left side for the screen, as well as track and volume. And then there's cruise control over on the right side. On the right stock, we have all the controls for windshield wipers, and then on the left stock, you're going to get headlights as well as a turn signal. Now, for the gauge cluster, you got a nice design overall. I can also scroll left and right, and there's a lot of different preset designs. You got the Eco and Power with some more information on the left and right side. We can continue over, get some chart with MPG. You have your cruise control set up. Full screen navigation will pop up as well, a bit more traditional style. And you can scroll up and down on the steering wheel, go through a couple different bits of information. So nice look overall. On the far left side, we have that trunk release button. You also have the interior dimming, fuel cap releases down here. So a little bit of harder plastics here. This is all soft touch though. Then we have this nice metallic gray color, and then harder plastic here with a soft touch line throughout the center. So a little bit interesting with how this layered dashboard looks. You got more of the soft touch here, a nice storage area, more of this metallic gray, and then harder plastic down there. Now, for this all-new multimedia system, this is a really cool layout that Toyota has done. Hopefully, you're going to see this in the rest of their lineup. So you have different tiles here. You can easily toggle through your drive modes right there. You also have your CarPlay popping up, more audio, built-in navigation. So you can go through the built-in screen, and then in audio, you can set that up. You also have different settings within the car. So you're going to have a lot of your basic things over on this left side, like your typical Toyota, but I really like just how nice and clean all that looks. Now, with CarPlay, it looks like you would expect. So you have a nice design overall with everything you would expect. So cool look to the way everything's laid out. Also, climate control is going to be all integrated into the screen. We have your temperature on the left and right side. We also have your defrost, volume in the center, and then you're going to see these toggles all throughout the lower section. So basically climate control vents, you can crank up your fan speed right here. Different zones are going to pop up right here. You can also just toggle them. And then of course heated seats, you can configure all of that. Temperature, you can use this scroller if needed, but again, you have it right here. So overall, not bad. I think it's simple and it does look pretty good. For reverse, popping that down, we have our nice cameras, backup camera, top-down view. You can configure those a little bit as well. And then underneath that, we're gonna get hazards, 2 air vents. We have our wireless charging pad on the left, plenty of storage over on this right side, and then there's more storage all throughout the center area. And then for drive modes, we also have a drive mode toggle right here that does the same thing that we saw on the touchscreen. So you can toggle the button rather than touchscreen. We have the EV mode icon right down here as well, and that will pop up, shutting the engine off as well. Now for some off-road ones, we have our trail and snow. You can toggle this left and right. Got a pretty cool depiction for all the drive modes as well. So then the standard ones, they will pop up with the different colors. Now you also have a normal drive mode over here that will just put us back into the default, which is also able to be done with that button right there. Underneath all of that, you're going to see a USB plug. We have a shortcut to the camera. We also have downhill assist, traction, and then another plug. You got your 2 cup holders, nice looking shift boot. This is more of that metallic gray color for the trim, so nice finished plastics. A little bit of rougher plastics in the center, but looks good for a storage area. Now back here, we have some padding on the armrests, and then this can open up both directions, which is great for both people. And you can also press them both, flip this completely around, and we now have a storage bin. So cool little touch there, also can still open up. Now for the glove box, opening that up, we have a large bucket as expected. And then one last look at the interior. Overall, there are a lot of nice soft touch materials. Upper door, center of the door, a little bit of hard plastics, but overall this is actually really nice. A huge upgrade from the previous RAV4 with much better materials in this new car. Got a small manual sunshade up there, and then we can pop this down for a very small sunglass holder. You're gonna get some of those controls, nice thin mirror with garage buttons underneath. And then moving on to the rear seat space, we can go ahead and open up the door. Taking a look at the rear door panel, you're gonna get a little bit harder plastics up here, but all the same soft touch throughout the insert. Even have that same grab handle with all that storage. Back here, you're gonna get the same seats with the smooth material, the blue stitching, and this nice gray micro suede. This can seat 3 people. In the center, we can pull this down for an armrest along with 2 cup holders. We're gonna get air vents along with plugs, and we even have storage behind both of these seats. You can also grab this lever and pull these seats nice and flat. So hopping into the back seat with the all-new RAV4. So sitting here at 5'11", I have a lot of headroom. That is pretty impressive. Driver's seat at my height, I got like 3 or 4 inches. My feet fit well. The seat base is a little low. I wouldn't mind it maybe an inch or 2 taller, so I would sacrifice some of that headroom. But you do sit here really comfortably. There's a lot of padding. These windows are huge, so this pillar is really small, so you have a lot of light let in. And these do recline. You can see the little bit of an angle I have between the 2 seats, so I'm at a really comfortable area. Armrests are good. Overall, it seems like a pretty well-sized small SUV. Really no complaints for this size point. Pretty roomy overall. And then moving on to the cargo space, I can just grab the button, give that a press, and we have a power tailgate for this model. So opening that up, we have a pretty good amount of space in here with a nice low floor, very wide area, and then we can even grab the floor itself, and we have a nice spare tire underneath. There's a storage bin on the far right side. You have some lighting in here as well, privacy cover, and when I pull this down, we have easy access to grab these. So from here, we can give that a push and easily fold everything down. So you have a lot of space now, flat folding seats. So very usable SUV. That is a very nice touch for a car like this. This one does even have the LED lights around that. So at nighttime, you're gonna have a really good view. You got grab handles up above, your 2 buttons, and very easily, we can close it all down. All right, so setting off now in the all-new RAV4. So I've checked out quite a few of these with Toyota, but this is the first production model year. So to actually see this production ready, it feels pretty much identical to the pre-production ones that I've already checked out. So with this, I like the standard hybrid engine. You still have plenty of power, and you still have some EV driving capabilities for slower speed. So can't do it right now, but parking lot, your driveway, maybe neighborhood, little things here and there where you don't need to have the engine turn on, it's a cool touch. But with the standard hybrid, you never have to think about charging it. You're just gonna get, extra bump in power down low, and you have really good efficiency. Ride quality. Now, I like the XSE, I think the best. I think you get a sporty style with all the bells and whistles without going too crazy in price. So this is exactly what I would buy. If I were getting one, I just think this one fits my taste. It rides really comfortable and smooth. You have a really good view around. Visibility is fantastic around this car with no blind spots. It is a really easy car to see around. I like the steering too. It's got some weight to it where it actually gives you feedback. You feel like you're driving in a car rather than a robot. So it feels nice. I'm at 5'11" sitting here. I can get it pretty comfortable. I feel like I can get the seat nicely. The armrests are really good as well. My only complaint, because this moves, that is the only thing you're gonna hear kind of rattling in this car is that armrest. It's a little clicky sounding with the plastic bracket they use. But with that said, getting up to speed, it is a really smooth acceleration with the CVT transmission and everything. It really does get up to speed without really struggling. It's a smooth acceleration. And while it's just a 4-cylinder, it doesn't sound cheap. So it has a good tone to it without sounding too much like just a cheap little 4-cylinder. So I like the way it drives. I feel like it's just a really well-balanced crossover. It's zippy, it's easy to maneuver. Handling is nice too for the XSE. It's a little bit more sporty than you might expect, but it's really smooth and just comfortable to drive. It's also really quiet. Even just going 40, you don't really hear any wind noise or road noise. You feel pretty insulated. It feels kind of like a older school SUV being boxier. So you have that visibility, but you also have the quiet and comfort that you would like in a typical crossover. All right, so my honest thoughts now with the all new RAV4 production version, finally checking out what you can buy. To be honest, I think it's a really good car. Now, throughout all the ones that we have filmed from the corporate event with Toyota, one of the biggest things of feedback we got from the comments was people saying it's all plastic, cheap interior. You probably haven't been in one in person, so that's probably why you're saying that. For those who are saying that, now first off, Toyotas are always kind of plasticky. Everything is plastic. But if you look at it, every single car is plastic. That's literally what every car is made out of. When you look at this, comparing it to maybe a Mazda, a Honda, a Nissan, it feels pretty much on par with the fit and finish. This is a padded soft touch material, all this gray color. It's on the lower dash. It's a little line up there, the seats, the doors. There's a lot of softer touch materials. Now, the cheap plastic on this does exist. The upper dashboard, that is all plastic. It doesn't look bad, but it's not the greatest. However, other than that though, while this is harder plastic, it looks fine. You don't really touch it much, so it's not something you notice. All of this though is like a metallic gray finished plastic material, same with this piece right here. So there are a lot of finished materials. It looks really good. A lot of things you touch and feel are nice. There's nothing rattling. So it feels like a pretty quality built car for the price point and for what it's competing with. When you look at the rest of the cars in this class, this is kind of the quality level. So I don't have any complaints. Nothing about this screams cheap. When you drive it, it feels really solid. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. It just feels well put together. You got good steering. There's nothing creaking aside from this armrest is my only complaint. Just the way it's designed doesn't sound all that good. However, maybe you could put some felt or something in there. But aside from the armrest, it feels really solid in here. It's quiet, it's comfortable. The acceleration is really good. It's not a noisy four-cylinder, so it's enough insulation in this car to where it doesn't feel like a annoying little four-cylinder. So it's got some good get up and go. It's comfortable to drive. Seating position, I'm still kind of dialing that in. I think I got it in a pretty good place, but I fit really nicely in this interior, and this would really make a good like overall car. I think there's a lot going for this to offer you something really nice. And I like the up-to-date screens. They look good, they work well. The CarPlay integrates very well. It has a lot going for it to feel just like a nice modern car. So for me, obviously, I pretty much keep it on CarPlay all the time, but it really is easy to use. Seriously, the power, that was like quarter throttle to half throttle, not even stressing the engine, and we just got up and went. Smooth, effortless, really easy. I think they've styled it perfectly. I think the interior works so well. I love all the storage in here. It's just so easy to get in and drive with all your stuff. And I don't know, I don't really have anything negative to say. There's a ton of trim levels too, ranging from more basic to the GR one, which is cool. You got the plugins, of course, the limited. Personally, I think this is the spec to get. An XSE all-wheel drive normal hybrid, I think it's the way to go. But there you guys go, the all-new RAV4. You know, I'm sounding a little bit like a fanboy, but I really think highly of this. There's nothing about it that screams not to buy it, you know? I think it really does pack a lot, and really nothing negative about it. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content to come. And a big shout out once again to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing the all-new RAV4 for today's video. Check out the link to our website link below, and I'll see you all in the next video.